In recent years, our people have faced some of our toughest challenges. And I've been inspired by the courage and resilience of Californians, health workers, teachers, parents, and kids. You came together, and now you're coming back stronger than ever. As your governor, I promise you, whatever challenges come our way, I will always lead the California way.
Gavin Newsom, courage through crisis.
California Governor Gavin Newsom now facing some potentially politically damaging questions about alleged massive fraud in his state. Christina Coleman is live with the new information on this. Christina, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Trace. California Governor Gavin Newsom is pushing back on criticism over his handling of alleged fraud. His spokesperson tells Fox News at Night, quote, since 2019, the governor has blocked over $125 billion in fraud, arrested criminal parasites leeching off of taxpayers, and protected taxpayers from the exact kind of scam artist Trump celebrates, excuses and pardons. Despite this, the myths about California continue to circulate. Well, what he calls a myth, others consider very concerning. Last week, President Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, California under Governor Gavin Newsom is more corrupt than Minnesota, if that's possible. The fraud investigation of California has begun.
The president has directed all agencies across the board to look at federal spending programs in not just Minnesota, but also in the state of California to identify fraud and to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law all those who have committed it.
A 2025 state audit detailing investigations into improper government activity states that the Employment Development Department wasted more than $4.6 million in state funds. There have also been questions raised over possible fraud regarding the state's homelessness funds, COVID-19 funding, SNAP, and the state's seemingly endless effort at building a high-speed rail trace.
And the list goes on. Christina, thank you. Let's bring in the host of the Benny Johnson Show, Benny Johnson, the Benny Show. Benny Johnson. Benny, great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Trace.
I want to play some video because this is you taking a lovely stroll in the city of Los Angeles today, and here's what you found. Watch.
Just a little morning walk, exactly where you'd want to take your kids, probably on their way to school. Let's go ahead and check in on what's going on here in LA. People own businesses. Could you imagine owning that business right there? And this is what the leadership of California allows to happen and encourages to happen outside of your business or home.
Well, I think that's impossible, but they spent $24 billion on the homeless. It's all cleaned up. I mean, it's all healed.
Yeah, that's right, Trace. It's just healed on every single street corner, every single bridge and underpass, every single on-ramp or off-ramp, and in every single neighborhood there is homelessness in this state. Why is that exactly?
Well, great question.
You got to ask the question, how much money are they spending here? And this is why it reeks of fraud. And we believe that in our investigations out here in California, we have truly uncovered some major bombshells that will lead to federal investigations of fraud here in this state. Some of them are already ongoing, and you got to run the numbers. $24 billion.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. That means $170,000 is being spent per homeless person in this state where I'm from, Trace. That's the price of a house. You could just buy a home for every homeless person. So something's happening here, and we call it the homeless industrial complex. There is an ecosystem built in this state in order to profit from nonprofits. And that's precisely what is happening. The homelessness problem in the state is not really a problem for people that are making money off of it. And there's a ton of money to be made, billions of dollars. Why would you want to fix something that is making you so rich?
And I know, Benny, that you are going to come out and you're going to have all this, the names, the list, the hue. What's the goal here? I mean, you trying to give a wake-up call to Gavin Newsom, because when you lay this all out there, and you will lay it out there on your show, it's going to be jolting for a lot of people, especially the governor of this state. What's the goal? What's the timing?
Trace, in that video that you just showed, there was a young father living at the end of that block, and his house has to have barbed wire all around it and chain link fences as he tries to walk his two kids to school every single day.
Yeah.
Through the needles and through the human excrement and through all of the refuse on that street, he can't get his kids to elementary school anymore safely. And he told me in our investigation that he would be moving. He's an immigrant to this country. He did it legally. He was just trying to raise a family in a tough neighborhood in L.A. He moved to the City of Angels, and he found out that this city has gone to hell.
Yeah.
So how did this happen? And how do we fix life here for that young father and millions of other young fathers and mothers who are just trying to survive in L.A.?
I wonder, I know we're short on time here, but it's fascinating to me when you walk down Skid Row. Do you think this is someplace in a first world country, or do you think, what is going on?
No, it's worse than the third world, actually. And I've traveled to the third world, and they don't even treat their people like this. The reality is they don't want people to get better. They want to keep them sick. They want to keep them on drugs. That's why the drugs are free.
Right.
That's why they're allowed and legalized inside of
brand
Skid
new
Row.
needles. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And you can find places where they're handing these things out. Why, Trace? Because it is a lucrative business. They want to keep it going. They want to keep the money flowing. If you solve the problem, the money goes away. And so that is what we are going to uncover here. And there's a lot of federal dollars. One quick point I want to make. Many of your viewers will think, well, this is just a California problem, right? There's just a bunch of liberals out there. They can go light their money on fire. No, there are billions of federal dollars that are flowing into these programs, and the Trump administration is funding it. And so we're going to expose the misuse of that, and we're going to be asking the administration, why would you keep funding this?
When it drops, we hope you come
Absolutely.
back.
And Trace, I just have really enjoyed being out here in California and ratioing the hell out of your governor every single day. I think Gavin Newsom will be very happy to have us back home.
We'd love to bring the governor and you, sit you right side by side, and we can have a conversation. We'll go as long as we can. Benny Johnson.
We'll talk gas prices. Let's
Great
go.
to see you. Exactly. Thank you, Benny. Coming up, United.